Merci beaucoup. Bon matin. Good morning, everybody. It's a great honor for all of us to be joined today by their Royal Highnesses, the Prince of Wales and the Duchess of Cornwall. Give them all a big welcome, everybody. This is actually the Prince's 17th Canadian tour, and so on behalf of all Canadians, let me just say bienvenue ici, bienvenue chez vous au Canada, welcome here and welcome home. Royal tours have been a time-honored tradition in this country for more than 2 centuries, and as you know from the warmth of your reception across this country, Canada's royal family holds a very special place in our country. Since the earliest days of New France, Canadians have always come together under a crown. The crown is thus a symbol of our unique Canadian identity on this continent, and I'm sure, as you're learning in school, boys and girls, the Canadian crown is an important institution in our system of government, an institution that embodies our rich traditions of parliamentary democracy, freedom, and justice. Therefore, it is a memorable day for all of us that we're pleased to share with their Royal Highnesses. Now, your Royal Highnesses, we have selected 2 worthy Canadian initiatives to donate to in your name. First, Let's Talk Science, which uses hands-on programs and activities to get young people excited about science, technology, engineering, and math. And second, the Royal Canadian Geographic Society, which teaches young people about our great country's geography and history. So let's give a big hand to those 2 organizations. Encore une fois, je suis enchanté d'annoncer que notre gouvernement fera un don de bienfaisance à 2 organisations, Part en Sciences et à la Société Géographique Royale du Canada. And we're doing this in honor of their Royal Highnesses' lifelong commitment to service and their charitable works in Canada and around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, since arriving in Halifax 3 days ago, our special guests have been very busy, meeting with Canadians in Nova Scotia, then on to Prince Edward Island, et aujourd'hui ici à Winnipeg, le plaisir et l'hospitalité canadienne se poursuivent. And of course, today, here in Winnipeg, the Royal Tour continues. I want to offer my special thanks to everyone who helped to make this Manitoba Aerospace and Aviation Day such a tremendous success. The Manitoba Aerospace Human Resource Council, our gracious hosts here at Stevenson Hangar, and the many mentors and volunteers from the Canadian military, industry, and academia, especially those of you from Red River College. Lastly, my special thanks to you, boys and girls, the future of Canada's aviation and aerospace industry. You've been enthusiastic learning partners and terrific representatives for our country. Thank you for letting Lorene and me and their Royal Highnesses join you on your field trip today. I think the day we all threw paper airplanes with their Royal Highnesses is one we'll not soon forget. Let me close just with a final word to all of you boys and girls. Maybe you dream that one day you'll put on that white spacesuit with the red maple leaf on the shoulder and travel into space. Or like the Prince of Wales, who is a trained jet and helicopter pilot, maybe you want to fly. Or maybe you're happy with both feet firmly on the ground. Whatever you do, whatever you dream, I say you should dream big. Dream big and pursue your dreams with your whole heart. With hard work, determination, and passion, there are no limits to what you can achieve. Now finally, to their Royal Highnesses, nous sommes honorés que vous soyez avec nous aujourd'hui, et au nom du gouvernement du Canada et en fait de tous les Canadiens et Canadiennes, je vous souhaite une fin de séjour très agréable ici dans notre grand pays. We're honored that you have joined us on behalf of the Government of Canada, and indeed all Canadians. We wish you a pleasant remainder to your stay in our great country, and we look forward to your early return, for here in Canada, you are always welcome. You are always at home. Merci.
Prime Minister and Mrs. Harper, Ministers, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and if I may say so, we mustn't forget all those wonderful, patient and energetic teachers who make the whole difference by bringing so many of you here today, and no doubt are going to end up testing you when you get back to school. So you'll have to be very careful. So if I may say so, I just wanted to begin by expressing my profound gratitude to the Prime Minister for his very kind words. And I'm so delighted to have this chance of being back here in Manitoba. And I need hardly say that my wife is very happy to be here for the first time and to be with such an enthusiastic audience. So much has changed since my last visit to Manitoba in 1996. I fear well before most of the audience here were even born. But what has most assuredly not changed is the vitality of this province and the optimism for Canada's future, as reflected in the faces of these young and, dare I say, rather energetic Canadians. Mais je peux vous assurer que ce qui n'a pas changé, c'est la vitalité de votre province et votre optimisme envers l'avenir du Canada, comme en témoignent les visages de ces jeunes Canadiens et Canadiennes, si j'ose dire, assez énergiques. Well, it has been such a pleasure to meet and to see engaged in scientific endeavor of one sort or another so many dynamic young Canadians. And as the Prime Minister mentioned, having myself flown fixed wing and rotary wing aircraft a very long time ago, all I can tell you is I had a very determined admiration, respect for those marvelous engineers who could actually take these things apart and put them back together again, usually after a pilot had broken them or done something awful to them. So I also wanted to say, by the way, having met quite a few of you going round this hangar, that, and I particularly wanted to say to Ethel Enns, Avery Good and Ryan Pachuchig, that who've had their experiment performed in space recently, is, I think, a remarkable achievement, since only one school at a time can actually get a place on that space flight. So I hope they will be able to develop their skills and capabilities in the future. Prime Minister, I've been so impressed to see Manitoba's aerospace sector working together with the province's educational institutions to build interest among your bright young people in this important sector. If I may say so, this seems to me a remarkably good way to start to address the skills gap prevalent in so many industries. In my own small way, I've tried over many years to tackle this gap through some of my own challenges and initiatives, and I've often felt I was trying to push water up a hill. But today you've given me hope. Prime Minister, the Canadian government's gift to mark our visit will, I'm sure, inspire many more young Canadians to learn about the great geography and history of this country, as well as to seek out exciting opportunities in the fields of science and technology, just as all of you here today have been doing with such vigor, and if I may say so, not a little vigorous noise. So, ladies and gentlemen, my wife and I are enormously grateful to you, Prime Minister, for such a generous gesture on our behalf. Thank you.